2K Sports, we'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on Boston. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Cleveland. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving in at the point. Allen for three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Good make to get things underway.
Yeah, and always a relief, I think, to get those first points out of the way and actually get that first sweat and that first bit of contact in the game, because it just settles you down a little bit.
And a wide open look for James. James with another miss. Shumpert against Allen. Takes a three. Offensive rebound. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kev, I caught up with Coach David Black. He talked about how they match up with a player like Paul Pierce, saying, you know, he's one of those guys who really does it all at a high level. Defend, score, you name it. I think defensively, we may look to double some and force other players to make shots. He's one of the greats. You enjoy the challenge of playing against him and just hope you can have enough to win. Guys, we'll see who carries the day.
Thank you, Doris. Outside Irving, on the wing, James. From the baseline. Here's Mozgov. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And it's Garnett at the elbow. Puts one up from 19. Allen, that's good. Allen's got 5 now.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Irving passes to James. Outside Shumpert. He kicks it to James. 6 to shoot. That's short off the rim.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Garnett outside. He dishes it to Allen. Fires from the wing. Again, Allen missing. The Cavaliers trailing. Irving kicks to Mozgov. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Rondo with it. Pass to Pierce. And the rejection by LeBron. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. And that one is hammered home.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Rondo dishes to Pierce. Pass to Allen. Out left to the wing. Outside Rondo, just 4 to shoot. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Let's go.
Rondo's got his first basket of the night. Outside Irving. Passes it to Love. James outside. Hands it from downtown. James has got 7 points.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now Shumpert. Rondo missing on the 3. A good look from James. Second chance shot. And the layup good by Mozgov. He's got 6.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Now here's Garnett. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Allen inside the three-point line. It's hauled in by LeBron.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
The shot's good from Irving.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Just not happy with how his team is playing, and they just have been on the wrong side of this run.
Yeah, and you know what, Derek? Sometimes just a pause in the action, which is what a timeout can give you, is enough to change things around.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Smith checked in for Shumpert. And it's Williams in for Irving. Now, here is Smith. Outside Williams. He's looking for James and finds him. Puts it up from 7. Here's Thompson, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Davis against Varejao. And that time, also a missed shot.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
Cassell, the pass to Scalabrine. Cassell kicks to Allen. Off target from outside. The Cavaliers leading by 12. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. It's LeBron with the drive, and that is good. James has got 11.
It's early, but they are getting pummeled on the glass.
Well, they've got to take a stand and commit to controlling their defensive backboard. These second chance buckets are killing them.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And Allen drops them both. Six seconds left in the first quarter. From deep, Williams. What a play. Simply well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Cleveland.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
Leon Poe out there with Davis. Then there's Allen. Then it's Cassell. And it's Pierce in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of the night right here. And the first one at the line is good. And some changes here for the Celtics. Garnett comes in for Glenn Davis. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Cassell. Cleveland also making some changes. Love's checked in for Varejao. And Irving subbed in for Mo Williams. And Paul Pierce with the slam.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Here's Rondo. Lays it up and banks it in. Rondo's got his second basket of the night.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Boston. And Cleveland also making a change. Shumpert's checked in. The shot by Pierce will not go.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Irving attacking. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
You can't be pleased with all these easy looks. They continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov comes in for Thompson. And LeBron's subbed in for Smith. Now Irving. Rondo missing on the 3. Garnett with the block. Nobody near Allen. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Cleveland leading by 17. To the inside, Rondo. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. The Celtics have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
At the line,
he's off on the first.
Rajon Rondo. At the line for 2.
Good on the second free throw. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. And here is LeBron. He's got 11. Feeds it to Mozgov. Shoots from the baseline, and Irving gets it to go on the assist by Mozgov. 6 points for Kyrie Irving. Allen for 3, and that is good.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's James. Love with the screen on Pierce. Love outside. The feed to Mozgov, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Mozgov's got 8 points.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And the topic here, prior to tip-off, so many teams in the league going up-tempo these days. Kenny, as a player, did you like that style? I'm assuming you had to love it.
Because the one thing about playing up-tempo, Ernie, it brings you back to the roots of the game, why you started playing. If you ever go to a pickup game, you ever go to a park game, no one's stopping play and calling plays. They're going up and down. The big fella Shaq, when he first came into the league, the first thing I saw was him grab the ball coast to coast in the All-American game. That's what players want to do and people want to see.
You know, that was a great example, Kenny, but towards the end of my career and most of my career, I was honestly more of a half-court player. I was pretty fast for my size, but my strength was my biggest edge. In the half-court, barbecue chicken alert. I had to put that work in, Ernie.
That about wraps it up for here. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again later.
That's the 5th barbecue chicken alert.
At shooting guard, at 6'6", number 14, Daniel Green. A 6'2" guard from France, number 9, Tony Parker. A 6'11" forward from Wake Forest, number 21, Tim Duncan. A 6'7" forward from San Diego State, number 2, Kawhi Leonard. A 6'11" forward from Texas, number 12, the L-Train, LaMarcus Aldridge. Your head coach is Greg Popovich. Once again, your San Antonio Spurs.
We're going to bring you an interconference matchup in this one as the Cavaliers come from Cleveland to play this one. We're live at AT&T Center. Welcome to San Antonio, Texas for this Spurs home game. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Irving is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Mozgov in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Well, no way to argue it. Tim Duncan, Clark, has been a winner his whole career. He's sharp mentally, and he's got the great tenacity on the floor. Only the greats have those qualities.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think media members still underestimate his will to win. You don't do what he's done without a real laser-focused approach.
Let's send it over to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach David Blatt. Doris?
I asked him what they needed to key in on defensively, and he said, well, we've got to limit penetration by Tony Parker. He's really the, quote, head of the snake. And with his floater, he doesn't need to get all the way to the rim to score. It's crucial that we do our best to keep him outside the lane. Guys, that's no easy assignment. We'll see how much success they have defensively.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And just about a minute into the first quarter. LeBron James on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Can't hit. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Nobody near Parker. Another miss by Parker. On defense, the Spurs. On the wing, Shumpert. Love with the screen for Shumpert. It's stolen by Green. Outside Leonard. Green. Tip back in for 2.
Boy, a nice tip in to salvage the points from the missed shot. And made it work.
It did, yeah. And those second chance points, Clark, they do add up.
Yes, sir.
They do. And, guys, that's the last line of your defense there. Everything else was good, but you have to finish it off with possession.
They get it again.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Duncan kicks to Leonard. And it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And, guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play beyond the sum of their talents because of that style.
Spurs do have a beautiful play style, and their offensive numbers show it, Greg. You're right there. One of the most fluid teams I can recall, Clark, in the NBA with their ball movements.
A joy to watch. I mean, they ended up top 5 in shooting percentage last year, as well as top 5 in assists.
In transition, here comes San Antonio. Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's increasing, and they've got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is starting to play out now. So we'll see if they can close it out.
And that one's good. Love.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Parker. He dishes it to Duncan. Back to Parker. Clock at 4. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
They haven't been able to stifle them defensively here.
No, to the contrary. They haven't provided much resistance at all. And in this game, you've got to play both ends of the floor.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And Tony Parker, at least some of his success can be attributed to playing with talented bigs. I mean, in his rookie season, he plays with both the Admiral and Tim Duncan. He kept that partnership going with Duncan for several more championships. So while talented, he's also been very fortunate.
Manu Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio. And Cleveland also making a change. Thompson's checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 10. Irving kicks to Love. Back to Irving. with the shot. Offensive rebound. Thompson. Duncan with the block. Love with the bucket. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Parker outside. Dishes to Aldridge. Pass to Leonard. From outside the arc. And again, it's San Antonio with a three. Well, talking about Parker and the bigs, Tony benefited from their presence, Clark, but they also benefited from his play.
Really, early in their careers, the only way to defend Parker and Duncan was to pack the lane. And once Tony developed a consistent jump shot, the only way to defend them was to hope and pray.
Right. Now here's Ginobili. Following the miss by Kevin Love. Duncan dishes to Parker. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Duncan's got 3 assists tonight.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that. Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And then for Cleveland, Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. Smith comes in for LeBron. And Mo Williams subbed in for Shumpert. Diaw can't hit. And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, that you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
Kevin, that's an elite club to be in. Only the true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Now here's Mills, covered by Irving, stolen by Thompson. The Cavaliers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago. And it's not often that one of your enforcers is also one of your best three-point shooters, but such is the case with J.R. Smith. Everywhere he's gone, he's played both roles, sometimes to the team's benefit, but others to its detriment.
And Cleveland making a change here. Jefferson's checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Williams with the ball, picked up by Ginobili. Smith kicks to Thompson. It's rebounded by West.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender maybe next time.
Here's Williams, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Williams has got his first basket of the night.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
And here's Mills for 3, buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And a chance here to just double-check the ruling on the floor. I wasn't sure if he got it off in time or not, so I appreciate the second look as well.
And you know what? We're watching exactly what the officials are seeing, Greg, from the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus. We've got the time right here, so they're making sure they got it right.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean, the technology is available, so you might as well use.
And LeBron James trying to will his Cavaliers team to its first title. Teammate Kevin Love says LeBron made it clear from the start what he expected. When someone like LeBron talks about what you need to bring to the table, you better bring it.
Yeah, I would think so. You'd be better served to go right along with what he's talking about. Dub the new big three along with Kyrie. I think if they just keep following LeBron's lead and advice, the sky's the limit.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Cleveland, Dellavedova and Smith are the guard tandem. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position, and it's Mozgov in at the 5, roaming the paint. Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22 and 19 away from home.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And back to the Cavs and their road play. Teams with a lot of new players coming in can struggle early. It's especially evident when playing on the road.
Duncan, the pass to Green. A 3-ball. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Green. Aldridge has got 5.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
You talk about being streaky on the road. That's what the Cavs were. I mean, could rattle off 4 wins on the road in a row, then come back empty from their next road trip. They did seem, though, to get stronger and more steady as the season went on.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Outside Irving. Feeds it to LeBron. Green with the block. It's Parker outside. The shot is off. And Cleveland the other way now. Shumpert dishes to Love. Kicks it out to James. Back to Love. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Parker against Irving. And here's Mills for 3. Kyrie Irving with the rebound. Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin. But you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
And for Irving, he did come into last year hot. I mean, he won the MVP in international play while with Team USA.
And a wide open look for James. But they'll get another chance. Here's Love. And at last, they get one to fall. Love's got 8 points. San Antonio leading.
And for Kyrie, taking home the MVP in a Team USA tourney like that, it's a huge ego boost. I mean, of all the stars on that team, he shined the brightest. And I think that's going to help his confidence for this year.
Kicks to Mills. From deep. And he gets it to go. Mills has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
That's a 2 from Parker. They get it back. And the wide open shot from Green. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. And it's a 10-point Spurs lead. James outside. Pass to Mozgov. Will it go? And the layup is good. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Well, we know the Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. West is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Leonard, he's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Ginobili in for Patty Mills. Here's Irving. West with some nice D.
And credit to the Cavs for going out and getting Mozgov. I mean, they paid a hefty price giving up the 2 first-rounders. But thus far, he's proved to be worth it.
And the rejection by Leonard. Ginobili kicks to Parker. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Jacks up a 3. Here's West. Good D by Thompson.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Diaw, the pass to Ginobili. The 3 from Leonard. Rebound by Anderson Varejao.
And the Mozgov trade, guys, for the Cavs, I think can be viewed as their big turning point in the season. He completely changed the defense of their team. He was that missing piece of the puzzle.
Parker against Irving. Ginobili dishes to Parker. Diaw down low. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's the 3. Parker's shot is off. The Cavaliers trail by 9.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly. And they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Cleveland shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Good on the second free throw. .11 seconds left to play here in the half. And the dunk by West.
And not known as a rim rattler. I mean, he's usually kind of rooted to the floor, not elevating to the rim.
Well, Greg, with his length, he doesn't have to go far to get to that
point.
rim.
I'll tell you what, guys, he got it right there without a problem.
Williams attacking. West with the block. But he gets it back. And so we conclude the first half. Spurs out in front as they wrap up the second quarter with a 13-5 run. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Pop, a solid halftime lead here. How were you able to keep their offensive firepower in check so well in that second quarter?
I thought missed a couple of shots. They missed some easy shots. So they helped us a great deal. So we were pretty fortunate that quarter.
Pop, thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 10 points and 1 block. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
What stood out to me more than anything else was how hard they got after it on the offensive glass. They were keeping possessions alive and converting those rebounds into points. Take away those extra points, they're not in this position, Ernie.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Cleveland.
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that higher percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
The Cavaliers trail by 10.
You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. What Popovich said last year, he feels it might actually be the case.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Duncan, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. And there's Love. That's good on the assist by Mozgov. And that's now 10 points for Kevin Love. You know, one thing about this San Antonio team, they just didn't go away last year. Pop himself said he felt they peaked in the 2014 finals.
You know, and you wonder if what Pop said is true. Spurs lost in the first round last year, and they'll be going through a lot of changes in the near future. And with the way they run that organization, they'll still be competing, I believe, for quite some time.
And that one's good, Irving.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Aldridge. The Cavaliers pull it in.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And Shumpert kicks to LeBron. Here's Mozgov. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Leonard kicks to Aldridge. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. That's 7 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. Said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life.
Timeout called, Cleveland. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
LeBron kicks to Love. Gets a very good look and converts. Love's got 12 in the game. And for Leonard here, players say that a lot, but rarely before they reach the end of their rookie contract.
Yeah, I think Leonard just realizes what a special situation he found himself in. I mean, he is the complete package as a player and custom made for how the Spurs like to play and do things.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Here's Irving, and he uses the glass on the layup. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Mozgov misses from close range.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Leonard, no luck. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. To the inside, and stolen by Aldridge. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Green. And now an 8-point San Antonio lead. The Cavaliers have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. The feed now to Dellavedova. It's a pick by Love. Here's Dellavedova, guarded by Green. Love with the bucket.
Assist from Matthew Dellavedova. Timeout Spurs.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And for Kevin Love last season, he didn't want to be called a stretch four, but the numbers suggest he was exactly that. Nearly 1 out of every 2 shots he took was from 3, a much higher ratio than at any other time in his career.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. DL comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green. Spurs leading by 4. As Greg was talking about Clark back to Love, it wasn't his choice to camp out from 3 last year. It was designed that way to create operating space for both LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah, and you think about it, it's hard to ask a successful post player not to play to his strengths, but Love made the sacrifice, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that, Kevin.
Ginobili, that's good. Ginobili's got 5.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
The Spurs making a switch here. Parker's checked in, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Dion.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
.54 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Smith the pass to Thompson. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Verjau's checked in. The Spurs have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Spurs leading by 5. Parker with it. Williams picks him up. And Diaw kicks to Parker. Picked by West. Stolen by Verjau. Smith outside. The screen from Thompson. Smith kicks to Williams. Offline with his 3. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. It's the Spurs leading by 5. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
Come on with it, with it. Me and you getting it up, don't even go there. Come on with it, with it. Come on with it, with it.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. San Antonio leading by 5, and Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Thompson. Amon Shumpert is out there with Irving. Then there's J.R. Smith, and it's Love in at the 4 spot. Cavaliers shoot. respectable 47% from the field in this one. No one near Smith as he lets it go. A second chance effort, and that one's good. Love's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Cavs. Spurs shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Parker dishes to Aldridge, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 5 assists in the game.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Nice shot by Smith.
They're shooting it quite well now. Again, function of shot selection, ball movement. Guys are in rhythm, confident, free-flowing, and they're knocking down their shots.
Diaw against Thompson. It's Ginobili outside, and again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
Fellas, you look at Boris Diaw and say, my goodness, if he could just get in better shape. But he uses every bit of that significant backside of his to his advantage. Opponents can't get through him or around him, so he's making good use of the extra LBs.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Blatt said to the team. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
James. And the shot falls short this time. Getting back to Diaw, he has a sneaky quick first step. You think he won't or can't blow by you, then suddenly, and you know this, Greg, you're stuck to his hip as he's taking it to the rack for a and one.
You know, he's a bit like Foreman, and I'm not talking about his body type.
Or the grill.
Yeah, you know, Diaw plays with you a little bit, puts that body on you, lulls you to sleep, then wham, shows you up in the worst way.
They grab their own miss. Mozgov's shot is off.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
The Cavaliers trail by 7. LeBron outside. Right side jumper. Irving with a clean look. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Parker kicks to Ginobili. Right wing. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Irving for 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around. And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and needs to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control. And I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
Parker's shot is off.
He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up. You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks that Coach grew up.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Cavaliers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Mozgov a screen on Green. Inside. And there's Mozgov. That's good on the assist by James. James has got his 8th assist in the game. The dish to Duncan. To the middle. And that one's good by Aldridge. Aldridge has got it all tied up now for San Antonio.
Tim Duncan, even in his advanced years, showing you that great vision and still getting it done. Nice pass.
LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. Rebound San Antonio. Duncan's got 8 rebounds in this game. There's Green with the 3. The shot no good. Shumpert with some nice D. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Back to Love. And another three for Cleveland.
And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
There's the pass to Ginobili. He kicks it to Green. He feeds it to Parker. For the three. Good.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, there might be more in store.
And the Cavaliers call time here. Leonard, he's checked in for Daniel Green.
Kawhi Leonard.
Here's Irving. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
You know, it's a pretty poor display from the field for them in the first half, but they've got the lead, and now the shots are starting to fall.
Yeah, it was a complete brick city in that first, but they've turned it around here in a big way.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They trail by 1. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter. .114 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Mozgov. Shakes him, and he lays it up and in. Mozgov's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you're better off sending him to the free throw lines than to have him get that good a look.
Duncan against Love. Parker passes to Ginobili. Pocket 6. Puts up a 3. And Irving pulls it down. LeBron against Parker. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. Daniel Green. He's checked in for San Antonio. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep.
Parker with it. Now guarded by Shumpert. Three-pointer. Parker's shot is off. Cleveland with the ball. It's a 1-point game.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
Timeout Spurs.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're down by 3. 16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And you know what? You got a couple options here. You can take the 3 to tie it or get the quick 2 and then a foul.
And, you know, if it opens up for them inside, the quick 2 would be the way I would lean, Greg, but the foul has to come immediately after that.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just look those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. 12 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
And a quick bucket and a foul is really the only option at this point.
And the important thing about the foul is who you foul. They don't want to send a top-notch free thrower to the line if they can avoid it.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. 7 seconds left in the game. Here's what's your take?
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to go for the 3. A quick, easy bucket inside will do.
Well, I think the clock's a little short here for that. I mean, I'm not quite sold on the quick 2. I think they've got to look for a quality 3 to try to tie this thing up based on where the clock is right now.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And so it's Cleveland who comes out on top here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Kevin Love. He's not always known to make the big headlines or get a lot of media attention, but he does make the big plays, and he made them throughout this one.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
How much would every team like to have a big man who's able to do the things that Kevin Love does? He can play close to the bucket. He can spot up from long range, pass, drive the lane, rebound, you name it. I'm glad he didn't hold back tonight. He let it all hang out.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.